I've really not been happy with the amount of time I've been spending on social media. So this week I took the plunge, deleted Instagram. I'm going to tell you why you should consider doing the same. My average screen time on Instagram per day was over an hour and a half. I just don't think that is a good use of time. I know some people use it for business, but for me, it wasn't productive. I was just on there scrolling. And as Uncle Huberman says,
we've all been there. You're scrolling, like, why am I doing this? This isn't that interesting.
Yes, you can use app blockers and things that will limit your exposure to social media, but I just found the app blockers themselves were annoying. You have to set your preferences, you have to tell it what times you can and can't use it. Ultimately, I should just be able to flex my resilience and not go on the app. We are prioritizing the wrong things in today's culture. On your gravestone, it's not going to say, here lies Owen Jackson. This is how many likes he got. This is how many followers he had. On the community tab on Instagram, I asked you guys the other day what your favorite social media platforms were, and it is overwhelmingly Instagram, Facebook, and then the rest. The first 2 days for me were probably the most interesting, where I would notice myself reaching for my phone, and it was in order for me to get like a little dopamine hit. When my work was getting difficult, when I was getting stuck into an edit and I was finding a bit of resistance, I would then reach for my phone to just get that little bit of dopamine just to help me power through.
The thing about cell phones is when you first get on there, it can actually be quite stimulating. You get a lot of dopamine. Oh, there's this. Oh, there's that. But very quickly, when you're scrolling on social media, you're no longer getting the novelty, but you're continuing to do it and you almost don't know why you're doing it. At that point, it shifts over to something that's a bit more like an obsessive compulsive behavior.
So recognizing that habit, that was where the biggest leap forward was made. And then as I got further into the week, I actually enjoyed not having social media. I would be out, I'd be on a walk. It became about me and what my experience was, and not having to get that social validation. Social media is a tool. A hammer is also a tool, and that tool can be used to build a house, or you can hit yourself in the head with it. And being mindful about how we utilize those tools. There is a very necessary evil to be present on platforms and share what you think about things and how other people can then benefit from your life experience or coaching or your skill set. I think there is a shift coming. I think people are getting oversaturated with these hyper-edited, whoosh, click, bang edits. There is becoming more space for these sort of more open and frank conversations where you and I can get to know each other a little bit more. One of the first things I noticed when I downloaded the app again, just the sheer bombardment. It's like opening your door and people just going, la, 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 look at this, look at this, look at this. I needed that reframe. I needed time away to help me understand what I had normalized. So I am back on Instagram, and that came about because ultimately, I want to share. One of the big catalysts for that is I have a beautiful niece, and it was a special moment. It's a way that I can catalogue what's happened, and I can share that with people I genuinely care about. I'm grateful to social media platforms. It has connected me with so many amazing people that I wouldn't have been able to communicate with were it not for the platform. I'm fortunate that I've got friends all over the planet. Some of them, our only relationship is through social media. And one of the very real practicalities that I have is that some of my business is working with brands and scheduling and creating content. You can go onto the Creator Studio, schedule things ahead of time. You're still present on the platform, but you're not directly being bombarded. One of the most powerful ways that I found to control Instagram is if I triple click now, it goes to grayscale. And it's no longer that super saturated eye candy. And then when I click on it now, it's no longer as exciting. I can go through here. I'm no longer as tempted just to flick through and have that sort of instantaneous hit. When I'm not using my phone, I'll put it into airplane mode, not getting that constant need to get on my phone. And it's creating that little moment where I have to think, do I want to use my phone or not? There's a quote and it goes something like, comparison is the thief of joy. When we are looking at someone else's social media profile, it is a highlight reel. We don't understand their story. We don't know all of their struggles and strifes. All we are seeing is a curated and manicured vision of what they want to show to the world. We are all on our individualistic, unique and beautiful experience. And it's not to say that that is any less valuable than someone else's experience. Everyone is in their own time zone. Everyone is working to their own rhythm, to their own beat. Find inspiration in other people. But as soon as you get those thoughts creeping in of feeling less than, then it's time to get off social media and get outside. And I know that's something that I have found massive solace in, is putting my phone down or turning it on airplane mode and just getting outside, because then I come back to what is important. Just remembering how special this life is comes back to the forefront of my mind. Even if it's just one day a week, step back from social media. You're not going to miss anything. And those people who are important to you have your number, so they can get in contact with you. And let me know in the comments, is this something that you are considering? Are you a self-confessed social media junkie? Maybe you've got more self-control than me. The most important things are life, when we get out, when we get into nature, and when we connect with those loved ones around us.